the itinerary that I've put together has been wonderful. It begins in Barcelona. I mentioned that already for 2 days. I've showed you some scenes in Barcelona, but we concentrate a lot on Gaudi's La Sagrada Familia. Then we get on this Avalo train, this fast train to Madrid, and in 2 hours we're up into Madrid at the main train station. And Madrid is basically the capital of Spain. It's right in the very center of the country, and it is a true Castilian area of Spain. This is the royal palace there in Spain, which actually a real king is still king in Spain. Kind of a figurehead. This is the cathedral right next door, and this is the city hall. We also probably have an opportunity to go see flamenco dancing there in Madrid. Tío Pepe is a famous symbol and a billboard there as well, because it's a liquor that is manufactured right there in the Madrid area. This is inside that royal palace, and they only allow us to take photos right there. And then we can't take any other photos, but we have a guide, one of my friends called Fernando, Fernando, sorry, I'm thinking of somebody in Italy. Fernando, who is there to help us and show us around. This is a park called Retiro Park. Just another tapas are all over the place in Spain. So tapas are small little bites, but they also have a portion kind of like this called ración. And so we got just tapas, and that was to share for a table of 4 people. That's one of the restaurants we went to. And there's also the La Bucari market as well there in Madrid. That happens on Sundays and a couple of other days a week where everybody comes out and celebrates and visits and has a market. Outside of Madrid is a big palace called El Escorial. And it's a royal palace out there, and we'll just stop by there and look at it because it's dominating the skyline. And then we visit the Valley of the Fallen. You know, the Spanish had a civil war and ended in the 1970s, but here is underneath this cross and in the mountain is a Catholic church that honors all those who died in the battle on both sides of that battle. Segovia is a wonderful town just north of Barcelona, about an hour. We stay overnight there. You can see this impressive Roman aqueduct throughout the town. Here we go with some more sangria. Sangria is, I talked to you about gazpacho, but sangria is a refreshing punch, let's say, wine and other juices and things. And that, between that and sangria, you got to have that in Spain no matter what time of year you're there. It's also famous for roasted suckling pig. And this is the most famous roasting suckling pig restaurant in all of Spain. This is all they serve there. And they take that and get a cleaver and chop it up, and we eat and feast on that. Just think of pulled pork without the looking at the pig's feet and head and snout and all of that. It's got a wonderful cathedral right there in town. All of this area is pedestrian friendly, so no cars or anything there. It's very walkable. We're overnight one night in Segovia. Then on to Toledo. Toledo used to be the capital of Spain before Madrid took over. And, you know, you've heard the word Holy Toledo. That's where that comes from. And it's also the home of the famous artist El Greco, who wasn't a Spaniard, but a Greek who lived in the area and painted many, many scenes here. So that's looking over to the church and the cathedral and the main big city hall and palace as well, looking across the river there. This is the cathedral there, which is this, I didn't look it up, but I think it's the 3rd largest cathedral in the world. And so that would be the Vatican, and then the one in Milan, I think, and then this one. Another gazpacho, got to have that. That's that cold tomato and cucumber soup. Cheeses, ración, tapas of cheeses, and a sunset overlooking the city. We're there in Segovia one night and Toledo for one night. And this is a sunset, or actually this is the sunrise over Toledo. Then we leave and go south to Granada. Granada is a city that was occupied by the North Africans, the Moors, for over 900 years. And so it is a beautiful place. And this is one of the places that I have found a location I love to go to and have dinner up here on this hill overlooking that palace there, which is the royal palace of the Moorish princes that were there. And it's called the Alcazar, looking across the valley to that, illuminated. This is one of our dinner spots that we love to go to. This is down in the town along the river, looking over at the cathedral as well. And this is within the palace, the Alcazar Palace, looking back over. You can see it's dry and arid here, but this Moorish style is dominant all over the city. Those princes of the Moorish princes and kings, they're not called kings, but I can't remember what they are. But they were water was very important to them, and they were in a dry and arid land. And so to have the water was to be rich. And so water abounds all over this park called the Generalife Gardens. This is another little tapas, just tomatoes, tomatoes and cheese. It was wonderful. And then we leave there and we go south to the coast, to the Mediterranean coast. This is the town of Nerja. It's on the Costa del Sol. Many people think the Costa del Sol has high-rise apartments and everything else, but that's on further down back to the west. This one is just the perfect town to go in. We're one night here at Nerja, and you can see it's just a small little village. Meat is supreme here, along with some fish as well. This is called the Balcony of Europe, that goes out there, and you kind of look out into the Mediterranean Sea as well. People hang out there all hours of day and night. From there, we go up into the mountains, into the frontier of Spain. And from here, we're in Andalusia, and this is Arcos de la Frontera. And this is Arcos up on that cliff looking from the valley below. And these are scenes we're up in Arcos looking out through, and we're there one night in Arcos as well, seeing these white villages scattered around that are just fantastic. We stay right here. We find a place to park or have the bus drop us off right here in front of the old church. And then we stay there, and this is our balcony looking out over there into the flatlands of that area that we know as the Frontera. The last time in 2022, we started going down to Gibraltar as well. First time for me was just a year and a half ago, and that continues to be part of our tour program. And we'll spend about 4 hours in Gibraltar. So we drive in, you can see the Rock of Gibraltar there. We go into, and that's English UK territory. So the Spanish stops and everybody starts speaking English with an accent there. And we hop on one of these tour buses and we take a tour that takes us everywhere we need to go. These monkeys are just all over the place, and don't feed them because they'll take your fingers off. But they're all over the place. You can see a barge heading just across 8 miles over to Africa as well. This is looking up from the high promontory point there on the Rock of Gibraltar. I thought it was funny, we were heading back, so there's a McDonald's sign in Spain and the Rock of Gibraltar there and peeking up in the background. From there, we finish up our Best of Spain tour in Sevilla. Sevilla is a wonderful capital city. It's got this great cathedral here and this tower. We probably will have an opportunity also to see and to hear flamenco music and dancing. And this cathedral just dominates the whole area. And there's also a Moorish palace there as well, called the Alcazar, that we'll go and tour with a local guide as well. Again, the Moorish kings and nobility love to have gardens and water, and that's all over there as well. Another version of sangria on this whole street in the old town called I think it's called the Barrio Alto here in Sevilla. You can see right down through here, plenty of places to get a traditional dinner along the way. And it's always comfortable there no matter what time of year because we're in southern Spain. During the hot summer months, these nets are put across or across the walkways and give you a little more shade. So that helps out as well. I just thought that was a beautiful area of that big bell tower from the church. And that was made, actually, it was made so that horses could go all the way to the top because men didn't want to climb up there. The river runs right through there and some ancient ships. And here is an actual real used bull ring as well. And some of this famous ham, Iberico ham and cheese from the region. So that's the Best of Spain tour, 13